Jacksonville to Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers wasn't his normal self in Week 1 against New Orleans, throwing for 133 yards and recording his third career game with no passing touchdowns and multiple interceptions. Their defense did the opposite. Green Bay allowed 5.4 yards per play and were one of 2 teams without a sack in Week 1. And when it comes to pressures, their 4 were the fewest of any team. And the 35-point loss was the Packers' worst loss under Matt LaFleur, including postseason games. It was also their 3rd worst loss in a season opener in franchise history. On Tuesday, here's Rodgers with Pat McAfee.
A game like that allows all these speculation to come into play. Should we have played in the preseason? Should we have done this? Should we have done that? And we got to deal with it because we just got our asses whooped. That's fine. Might be a freak out outside of the facility. I think it's just it's a good learning lesson for us. We can't play like that. We can't start a game like that. Look, there's not much to say. We got our asses beat. We're all frustrated about it, but you just move on. We got 16 more to go.
Pat McAfee, you got a great show. I'm joined by Kimberly Martin and Rob Ninkovich. As you can see, we've heard it a lot, like only 7 padded practices, not enough time, blah, blah, blah. Is one more week enough for enough time for Rodgers and the offense to get it together? Well, let's start with Kimberly.
Let's see what Kim has to say about this one.
I'm going to hope it is, because I think the loss, though, for me, they got blued out, guys. Blued out. It was so bad. That's why I think that's going to be the catalyst, because you see Aaron Rodgers, he's calm, he's collected, he's so zen. He's like, we're good, I'm fine. So let's see it Monday night. Let's make sure they're fine.
Yeah, see, on this particular situation, I think that they're going to play the Lions. They beat the Lions. It really doesn't solve anything, right? Okay. Now, if they lose to the Lions, that is going to be, hit the emergency button. It's going to be a big, big deal. So if they go out, they beat the Lions, okay, whatever. We'll see. They're going to beat the Lions. I think they're going to beat the Lions. They're going to beat the Lions. They go out and beat the Lions, okay, yeah, the Green Bay Packers beat the Lions. If they lose, then that's a big problem.
Right. It is a big problem if you're on the road to San Francisco. Let's just contextualize this for a second. Yep. You're going on the road to San Francisco. You don't really do that well at San Francisco. San Francisco's a really good team. You could easily lose that game, even if you're right. Then you have the Steelers' defense at home. You're at Lambeau, but it's the Steelers' defense. And if your offense isn't really in rhythm yet, if they don't beat the Lions, they could start the season 0-4, Nick, no?
Yeah, they could easily. And they have the 6th hardest schedule of any team right now. They're the number 6 with schedule ranking on their opponents. So they have to play Baltimore. They have to play all these teams. They got to play Kansas City. They have to play all these teams that potentially could be losses. So every game that they play that should be a win, right? They need to win those games, especially this week coming up against a division opponent, which we know the division, right? They should win the division.
They should.
When you look at the division.
Yes, it's terrible. The NFC North is not good.
It's not a great division. No.
So why are we nervous? Why would anybody be nervous right now, guys?
It's the look of that team and Aaron Rodgers. We haven't ever seen him play like that.
Or quite look like this.
Or look like.
All right, what about the conspiracy theories?
He looks like Steven Seagal in Above the Law, okay?
What's going on?
He's got the look going on. Maybe he needs to go get a haircut, get a nice suit on, get the GQ look going, and maybe his game will come back. But he was the MVP, half a year? I mean,
he didn't forget how to play football.
He didn't forget how to play football.
He didn't forget how to play football.
So is it the timing? Is it the issue with the timing? And because everything you do offensively is timing.
Yeah.
So you hit your back foot, boom, number 1, number 2, number 3, get the ball out of my hand. He was getting pressured. He was hit a bunch. It didn't look like their timing was down. So was that the practice? Was that the reps that he missed by not being there? Potentially.
It looked like a preseason game because it was for them, because they have not practiced a lot. And I don't think anybody internally is worried right now because it is one game. If the next few weeks go the way that you were just talking about, then it's time to worry.
I also said this earlier today on Get Up. Sometimes attitude is infectious, right? Good or bad attitude. It's infectious. So if you're on a team and you have a guy say, man, this is infectious. It just spreads upon the team. Everybody's ready to go. Everyone's ready to play. But what if Aaron was like, nah, not here.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what the conspiracy
Nah.
theorists are saying, right? Like, he doesn't really want to be
Aaron
there.
knows people like you are out here talking about him, like,
Well, I mean, I've been against Aaron. He winked at me, and I knew he's one of the best quarterbacks
Here's
in the
the thing.
NFL.
Here's the
so
thing.
he's not going to have an issue. Aaron Rodgers has the body of work amongst the things that he's done in the last 10 years.
We got to move on. But here's the thing people shouldn't forget. A couple of years ago, they looked dead and buried. Rodgers said, we're going to run the table. Really? You're going to go 7 or 8-0? And they sure did and made the playoffs. They'll be just fine.
I'm not betting
because
against Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, one of the best who ever did it.
Yep.
That's the Packers staying in the